what it is, but instead asking, questioning, wondering, stressing, stating, emailing, posting on my Facebook wall. But what about? What about this? What about that? Like, damn, can you get off my back? If it isn't this thing, it's another thing. Does it always have to be tit for tat? But what about why is the sky blue? But what about why is the grass green? But what about why do birds fly and dogs run? But what about cancer and why does it exist? And why do some of the greatest people die so young? All questions we will never know the answer to. And yet there are people thinking, plotting, exploring, maneuvering, scheming, examining, researching. But what about? Why question what God has made unquestionable? Why are you looking, observing, watching, seeing, searching, penetrating, probing, chasing, yearning for answers? Why do you care? Why does anyone care? You want to know why? Because the alphabet really stopped with the letter X. Then came along that one wise guy asking. Can you guess? Do I even need to tell you what he asked? Of course, he asked. But what about? Then came along Y and Z. But what about this? But what about that? But what about you? But what about me? But what about sex, baby? But what about Beyonce? But what about Jay-Z? But what about watermelons, strawberries, bananas, grapes, oranges, pineapples, pears, grapefruits, surfboards? But what about drunken love? But what about high in love? But what about drowning in love? But what about floating in love? What about swimming in the everlasting, self-fulfilling, make your body want to shiver love? But what about love? Just love. Love, 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 love. Are you in love? Yeah. Am I in love? Are we in love? Does love even exist? I mean, that's why we have marriage, right? But what about divorce? What about failure, defeat, pain, agony, disappointment, fear, anger, hurt, staying up in the middle of the night, crying yourself to sleep? But what about there's going to be a brighter day? I mean, that's what Kirk Franklin said, right? But what about? Why do people ask these questions so often? I'll tell you why. Because they want to learn, because they are annoying, because they care, because they want to know, even though half the time they don't even know why it is they really want to know. Because knowing is better than not knowing. Because knowing is understanding. And when you know and understand and accept the fact that there will always be that one person out there waiting for the moment, the second, the chance to ask you, but what about? But what about why am I writing this poem? Do you care? Doesn't anyone care? Does it even matter? Probably not. But what about Kanye West, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Blue Moon, Gina Lauren, Mike Epps, Mike Jennings, Felicia Rashad, Thea Monique, Big Poppa E? Who are they? Slam poets. And who are we? A bunch of people sitting around listening to, attending to, eavesdropping to, hanging on to, taking notes on a couple of college slam poets.